Welcome back friends, this is Prem again. So this is part 2 of building a machine learning model with ChatGPT. In part 1, we created a training data set. So this is what we created. We created a data set with sentence and label. There were 100 records. Let's see, yes, there are 100 records in that, and we have the label 0 meaning that it is not a greeting, label 1 means it's a greeting. Now we are going to use this training data set. Okay, let's go to ChatGPT. So I am now in ChatGPT and GPT-4 is selected. Again, I'm using the advanced data analysis. Okay, now I'm going to give a prompt. Before that, I'm just going to upload the file that we want to. So this is the greetings data set we have. I'm opening it. It's getting uploaded. Along with this, I'm going to give a prompt. So I'm going to say, can you generate a machine learning model using the given dataset with Hugging Face transformers? So we can use any transformers, but I'm going with Hugging Face transformers. If you are not aware of what is Hugging Face, it's an open source library where you have a lot of machine learning models, machine learning tools, and transformers, and so on. We are just going to use one of the transformers from Hugging Face. The objective of the ML model is to predict if a given sentence is a greeting or not. So let's pause this and see what it says. Okay, so it says certainly here is a plan to generate the machine learning model, data exploration and pre-processing. First I load and examine the dataset you provided, then it's going to select a model and train it and evaluate it. So it's saying that for a binary classification task like this, the Distilbert model can be good starting point due to its balance between performance and efficiency. Okay, so it first started exploring the data set. Let's see what it did. I think it imported pandas. It read the CSV file that we gave, and it is listing out the top 5 lines. And looking at that 5 lines, it is saying, okay, this consists of sentence and label. The sentence column contains various sentences and label column has binary values. Okay, next step, I'll split the data into training and validation sets, which will help in both training the model and evaluating its performance. After that, I will pre-process the data to be compatible with Hugging Face transformers library. Okay, so let's see what it did. It used a scikit-learn train test split. If you are not sure of what is this, don't have to worry about it. We are pretending to be, not knowing machine learning and creating a model from ChatGPT. So let's go with what it is giving. In this step, it is just creating splitting the data that we gave into two parts. One is training data and validation data, and it is giving the shape here. You can see that it is 80 to 22. 80 meaning 80 records out of 100 are taken for the training, and there are two columns. 20 records were taken for validation. There are two columns. Next, I will pre-process the data for Distilbert model. This involves tokenizing the sentences and converting them into the format that the model expects. I will use the Distilbert tokenizer from Hugging Face Transformers library for this purpose. Okay, let's see what it did. It is using Distilbert tokenizer and it is trying to tokenize what we have given, and it has encountered an error. Okay, so it is saying no modules name transformer. Okay, and it is saying I apologize for the oversight. It seems I don't have access to the Hugging Face transformers library in this environment. However, there is an alternate approach we can take. Okay, it looks like we cannot run it here in ChatGPT. We have to take an alternate route here. It is saying I can guide you on how to set up the training model using Hugging Face transformers library on your local machine or cloud environment. Alternately, we can build a simpler model using available libraries like scikit-learn to predict if a sentence is greeting or not, though it might not perform as well as fine-tuned transformer models. Please let me know your preference or if there is any other way you would like to proceed. Okay, So we don't want to use any other transformers. We will still go with the DistilBird because it is already saying it is a good model for our use case. So let's say I will run the code in Google Colab. I want to I want you to guide me step by step with the Silbert model for this use case. Okay, let's do that. Let's see what it's giving. So now we will switch on to Google Colab and we will see what it is giving, and we will try to run the code that it is suggesting here in Google Colab. Okay, it has started giving. First step is set up and install Racket libraries. Okay, we have to install a few packages and import the required libraries from that, and then we are loading the data set and splitting the data, and then it is a pre-processor step where it is going to tokenize with DistilBird tokenizer. With that we will have the training encodings and the validation encodings. Okay, then convert data into dataset format. So there is a function that it is going to take this data set and it's going to create a training data set and validation data set. If you're not understanding this, it is absolutely fine. The objective is not to know each and every line, and we don't have to be a master of machine learning. We are just trying to use ChatGPT to help us build machine learning model. And whatever we are going to encounter, we are going to come back and ask ChatGPT to help us. Okay, then it is going to it says initialize and train the model. So there is some training arguments that is given, and there is a trainer that I think this is the piece of code that is going to train the model with this statement. And then finally it is also going to evaluate the model and it is going to print the results. Here is my Google Colab. Use new notebook here. I'm going to name it as ML model with ChatGPT. Okay, now it is side by side. Let's copy this code. I'll paste it in the first code block and run it. It's going to install the transformers, torch and all. It's connected. It's now installing. In the meantime, we also need to load the dataset, and we need to pick up the dataset from here. It has given the code to read, but we need to upload the file here because it's a it's like a local environment, right? So we can go to this files and we can add a new file, that CSV file. Let's open it and let's press OK. So this greetings.data is available now in this folder. So okay, I think it has installed and imported the Racket packages. We'll copy the next piece of code that is reading the data. Let's paste it here. We'll close this section and run it. See, inspect that data.head. So far so good. Then split the data. It's going to use this train test split. Let's copy the code, paste it here again. So we are now going to get training data and validation data. Let's run it. Okay, next is pre-process the data. So in this step, it is going to use the DistilBird tokenizer and it is going to create the encodings. Let's copy this, paste it, run it, and it is downloading the tokenizers. Okay, all this is available. Okay, we are encountering a problem here. So it is saying text input must be of type string. Okay, let's see what is wrong. Let's take this and tell ChatGPT that we are encountering this problem. I'm pasting the error that we got here and just posting it to ChatGPT. Okay, it is saying the error you are encountering is due to tokenization function expecting a list of strings but receiving a data frame instead. Let's correct this by directly passing the list of sentences to the tokenizer. Here is the modified step for pre-processing the data. Okay, now it has given a modified code. Let's copy that. Let's go here, paste it. I need to paste only this part. Okay, yeah, it is now successful. And then now we have to continue with step number 5, which is convert data into dataset format. Okay, copy the code, pasting it here. So there is a function that it is going to be called for the training data set and the validation data set with the encodings. It's going to call with the encodings, and those encodings are going to be written with the label. Okay, let's run this. This is also available. Okay, this is done. The next step, initialize and train the model. I believe this is the important step. Okay, let's copy this code. The model here is Distilbert for sequence classification from pre-trained Distilbert base uncased. This is the actual model that we are actually downloading from Hugging Face. So let's do this. And there are some training arguments that is being passed to the trainer, and then the trainer is trained. Let's run this. So model is downloaded and we are encountering another problem here. So it says keyword argument repeated, logging directory. Whereas, yeah, there are 2 times it is mentioned here. Let's take that out. Let's run it again. Okay, now it is saying another problem. Training argument missing one required positional argument output directory. Okay, it looks like the suggestion from ChatGPT did not give the uh, output directory. Will anyway post this question, post this error to ChatGPT and see what it is saying. So the error is occurring because of training arguments class requires an output directory. I believe it's going to modify this and give me yes. So it is adding the output directory to the training arguments. Okay. So with this, I think we should be able to run this successfully. I'm sorry about the noise, guys, in the background. I'm not able to control that. Okay. Okay, I gave this again. I'm encountering another problem. So what is this problem now? Okay, let's say import error. Using the trainer with PyTorch requires accelerate. Please run pip install transformer torch or pip install accelerate underscore hyphen u. I think we will do this, and it's better to do this with the other installations. We'll go to the top and we will add a code block, run this pip install. Before the pip we need to put this symbol, run it, accelerate is running. Okay, now let me try to rerun this again, the last code that we have. No, still again we are facing the same problem. So sometimes the updates will not reflect if you are in the same environment, so it's better we try running it again with restart. So I'm going to use this restart and run all, which should run it from the beginning. All the steps from the beginning should run. Yeah, the first step is starting to run again. Okay, the first step is completed. Second step, accelerate, is running. That is also completed, and all the other steps are running. Now the last one. Okay, it's starting to train. So it took a long time, guys. So I think it is going to finish the training process. Okay, Okay, I think it looks like it finished. So we see the training output that is coming. It has run 3 epochs and there are some validation and training losses. Let's go to the next step, evaluating the model. So this is the seventh step, last step. We'll copy this code, go here, paste it, and print the results of the evaluation. Now we have the results. Okay, this is not giving us any information about what is the accuracy of this model. So let's ask ChatGPT to tell us how to check the accuracy of this model. Please give me code to check the accuracy of the model. Let's say it has given some code. Let's copy this. It says trainer.predict validation dataset. Let's take it. Let's put it here. So there were 20 records in the validation set. So out of 20, it is going to see what is the accuracy percentage of the predictions. Okay, it says validation accuracy is 100%. We will ask ChatGPT to give us code to predict. Give me code to predict with some sentences. Okay. Here's how we can use the trained model to predict if a given data set has sentences greetings. Okay, there is a function to predict. Okay, and it is giving us a lot of data to test. Okay, good. Let us copy this code, paste it here, run it. Let's see what it is doing. Okay, hello is a greeting. How's the weather is a greeting. Good morning is a greeting. What's your name? Not a greeting. But how was the weather? I believe it is not a greeting. So our model is not 100% perfect. It looks like we need to, tune the model or add more data to it. So that will probably give us a better model. So we'll do that in the next video. To summarize what we have done here, so we have actually asked ChatGPT to use the training data that we had, which is 100 sentences, and with that we asked it to build a model. We asked it to build a model using Hugging Face transformers. It was not able to do that in the ChatGPT environment, so it gave us the code to run it in the Google Colab. We took the code, we executed, we found some roadblocks. We asked ChatGPT again to help us with the roadblocks. It gave us this solution. We ran through that. We were able to get the model running successfully. But when we predict, we see that it is not 100% accurate. So the next step is going to be we need to make it accurate. We'll do that in the next video. Thanks for watching.